too long, I know.
Instead of showing workout footage today, I'm having people talk about what they felt about last night. Give a toast to Tim.
Yeah.
And
So when we first started Guys Night, one of the things that was significant about it is when we talked, was calling men up to a certain level of leadership.
Using the church to my advantage, not like in a selfish way, but taking advantage of what the church is, which is like, if I want to write a song, sending it out to other people and saying, hey, what would you put in this?
Last night, I sort of transcend that and say, okay, now that you've been called to lead, what does it mean to step down and call your family up into leadership, whether it's your children, living into their gifts as who they are, or even calling your spouse, your wife, to be everything that she was made to be.
And just taking advantage of other people's gifts to grow the church, not to grow myself.
Just the chance to sit with a group of guys and ask the question, how can we better support and serve our wives?
So I really enjoyed yesterday. We talked a lot about maturity and growth as men. And one part that really stood out to me was at the beginning when Eric shared about his time learning about healing and deliverance, spiritual disciplines of understanding your heritage, understanding where you can have strongholds in your life and how to get rid of those and walk in freedom.
hang on, I gotta talk to my camera real quick. I don't know whether it was just because we missed 3 weeks. I was in Nicaragua, we had Eden's birthday. But it was really amazing, it was really encouraging to me personally. There's one story in particular that Brian told about how before he was getting married, he's a musician, the guy that teaches our kid piano. And
Sonny, get up!
He was thinking that getting married would actually ruin his music because his wife is not a musician, and he thought that she would kind of like quench his musicalness and have him grow up. And since he's been married, which has only been 2 or 3 months, she's actually released him and helped him be a much better musician. It's kind of a lot of other guys who have been talking about how marriage and family can actually release you and make you better at what you're doing, not just the typical story of holding you back. It was really cool. All right, what should today's Q&A be about?
I don't know.
Well, I want to know more about homeschooling.
Homeschooling? Hey, don't mess with those scars.
I thought you look on your computer and see what they questions about.
Well, I know, but I can ask people like what kind of questions to ask. We have been starting our day later and later. It's 9:25. The problem is it's so dark and so cold, and basically I don't like getting out of the shower.
I don't like getting out of bed.
You shouldn't lay down in the shower if you want to
We're
get out.
practicing for when the baby comes. Our schedule's going to be completely screwed up anyway.
Oh my god.
We're ready for reading, okay?
The cat's name is Leo, but we have a new name when I'm making fun of him. If he does something kind of stupid, I call him Fleo. It's like making fun of him. Get it? No, you guys don't get it.
Land of Lincoln. His house, his presidential library, his tomb, the whole shindig. It's all here, Jake said.
Wait, something happened. But then we're going to start on our first finger. So you're doing this right here. Okay, so let's start right here on the second line.
See my completed snowflake?
Oh, you made that? That's cool. Where are you going to put it?
I don't know. Where do you think I should put it?
Deb's making dinner tonight for the kids.
You put the chicken breast in the butter, then you put it in the breadcrumb mix, which is Parmesan cheese, cheddar cheese, and a bunch of spices like parsley and oregano and stuff. And then for dessert, we're having grapefruit cream pie.
What? Where'd that come from?
I got inspired from last night's show thing.
Save me some.
Are you telling Dad, your dad?
Yeah,
Did he
and then
make
he
you?
made me, yeah.
Are you ready to go pick up your knife?
Really?
Yeah.
Of course I'm ready.
Seven's birthday was 3 months ago, and I got him my favorite knife. We got matching knives, and we're picking up here. They just came in. So that was a bummer. They had the wrong knives, which wouldn't be a big deal, except for when you're paying $70 for a knife and you want it to last 10 years, you want to get the right one. And I wanted the silver blade, not the anti-reflective black blade. So now we have to wait again for them to order the right one. Whoa. That looks good. I feel like my whole day just got away from me. We're going on a date now with Sonny and Kristal though, so that should be fun.
I was writing a book and I wanted to write it on the typewriter because it's more fun and faster.
It's a lot of typing. We're in bed. We're tired. When I told Cam we were doing Q&A, she said, "Are you kidding me?"
We're committed.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Doug asks, do your children have or use electronic devices, iPads or iPhone?
It's actually a really good question because actually Ben and I are trying to figure that out. In the past, we've let them have like half an hour each a day on the computer.
And we don't let them use or have extra iPhones or iPads strictly because we think that more time spent staring at a screen is not really helping their relationships that are the most important to them right now, which is with each other, with us. And even the virtual relationships, we think the building blocks for virtual relationships are real relationships, and that's what we want them to focus on right now.
One exception is Dove has a Facebook account and she's the oldest. She's 14 and
Okay, Gretchen asks, are you not videoing the kids as a general rule? I haven't seen them too much.
no, we're not videoing them.
It might not look like it, but we're all kind of camera shy. I'm the least. Memory doesn't like to be on camera. Dove doesn't like to be on camera. Steven asks, how do you and Cammie handle discipline with the kids without causing shame? I think the primary thing that we do, you know, it's kind of in the whole like fight for together thing, is we used to do a lot of timeouts and have people be alone in their discipline, even physically or emotionally. And right now we try and get more to their level, at least more than we've ever done, which might mean physically actually sitting on the stairs with them or getting on your knee to talk to them, putting an arm around them, but even emotionally letting them know that you are just like them, and whatever it is that they've done and struggled with, usually we tell them we've done worse or are currently struggling with the same thing or worse. Joshua asks, what have been the things that have hit each of you the hardest while fighting for together?
When they get into a fight, I think it's really important to try to help them resolve it, because I think when fights aren't resolved, there's more separation.
Jess asks, can you talk about the meaning of your kids' names and how you chose them? Dove, I was drawing a picture of a tattoo that's on my leg when I was about 17. This is the actual piece of art from 1997. Cami was in the car. We were in high school. She was not interested in me at all. I said, Dove, that would be a cool name for a kid. And she was the only person in the car that said, yeah, it would be. 4 years later, we had a kid together. We looked at her. It was a girl. We knew her name was Dove.
Eden, we picked that because we liked what it symbolized, the Garden of Eden, and her middle name's Hope, and that means that we believe one day we'll return to the garden and things will be made right again.
7 was kind of a funny story. We didn't know if he was going to be a boy or a girl. And I don't think we understood how valuable the name or what it meant was until actually years later. And a lot of our life is based upon rhythmic living and the idea of a week and things happening again and again.
Memory, we picked because we were studying the Old Testament, and the theme in the Old Testament is the Israelites are continually forgetting where they come from and who they are. So memory is a take on remember God's faithfulness, how good he is, who you belong to.
And Philia means daughter in Latin, and she's my 4th daughter, and I was really thinking about how God has changed my heart and helping me love girls, specifically daughters, and we wanted a name that really spoke of that. And we have 0 name ideas for this. So this is a question for Cami from Elaine. How often do you go on romantic dates with your husband?
I go on dates with my husband. I don't know what romantic means. I mean, because I think my husband's more of the romance type. But yes, I go on dates with him and I feel like they're romantic. Once a week. Almost.